Hi, this is second part to Scotch opening video. I will show you what to do if black plays queen f6 or bishop b4 check. Also, I will show you what to do if black plays d6 and transposes to Philodor defense. So, let's start with queen f6. Against queen f6, I like to try to transpose back to classical variation with move bishop e3. Usually black plays bishop c5 and we can transpose with c3. I covered this position in previous video. If black checks you with bishop b4, block with c3, black will usually play bishop c5. You can play bishop e3, defending your knight, and also f2 square. Usually black here plays bishop b6 to avoid any shenanigans with bishop. You can try here this interesting looking move, knight f5, attacking both g2 and also defending e3. Black has two options here. He can play g6, but then you will take the bishop and move your knight back. This position is better for white because you have a good control of d5. For example, if black plays a move like knight f6, trying to win your pawn, you can defend it with f3, and you can develop very easily with bishop either to b5 or c4, short castle, develop other knight, and so on. Other option is that the black will take the bishop first, and then you can take with knight, and you get a very similar position with the same ideas. Back here, if bishop doesn't go to c5 but goes to a5 instead, you can take on c6 and damage black's pawn structure. If black takes with the d-pawn, it's very bad because you can trade queens, and it's a very good position because black can't castle. So instead black has to take with b-pawn. In this position you can utilize bad placement of black bishop and play a4, trying to trap it on the next move with b4 and a5. Black has to play a6 to create escape route for his bishop. But now you can play a very good move, queen g4, attacking unprotected g7 pawn. This is very similar to Vienna copycat variation, if you want to look that up too. Best move for black here is to play knight f6, attacking pawn and the queen. Best move here is to slide queen up one square and attack the bishop. I suggest to analyze this position by yourself to better understand, because it's a very tricky position. Back in the Scotch starting position, black doesn't have to take on d4. He can also play d6. This leads to a Philodor-like position. You can try to punish d6 with bishop b5, pinning the knight to the king. Black has to unpin the knight, because if he doesn't, you will push d5 and win the knight. If black plays a6 in this position, trying to do it this way, you will win a pawn by taking, and then taking on e5. If black takes on e5 now, you can trade the queens and win a pawn by knight takes e5, and also you threaten a fork and c6 pawn. If black plays a move like knight e7, you can take on d6, and if black recaptures, you can just short castle and you will get a very good position. So black has to block. If he can block with bishop d7. If he does that, you can push d5. Knight has to retreat. You can take the bishop and short castle. And you will get a comfortable position to play. You can develop, improve the placement of your rook, your bishop, and so on. If black takes on d4, you can recapture with the knight, adding more pressure to c6. Black can defend with either bishop d7 or knight e7. In either of these cases, you can develop the other knight to c3, and after a move like bishop d7, further protecting the knight, you can short castle. In example, in these positions, you can continue developing, improving your rook, putting on the e-file, and so on. Thanks for watching. I will make more videos discussing different openings after 1e4. You can subscribe if you want to see more opening videos.